Tell me that's not a banger. Somebody tell me that's not a banger. That is a banger.
It is a banger, to be fair.
That is a banger.
Right, boys, and everybody else, welcome into the first ever Planet Leeds podcast. Here's what's coming up in today's show. Today on Planet Leeds, we talk about the Villa aftermath. We get into the Farker conundrum, and yes, we are going to talk about Man City because that game looms. All coming right now. People coming into the gaff, missing that, all that extra effort that we've gone to there. Well, I've gone to especially. 10 people, and hey, listen, let's get a rewind on that mofo. Yeah, let's get a rewind on that mofo for the people that have just come into the room. Let's go again. Today on Planet Leeds, we talk about the Villa aftermath. We get into the Farker conundrum, and yes, we are going to talk about Man City because that game looms. All coming right now. Yes, Paul, you are correct. That was a banger. The music, the intro was a banger. Watch it on repeat if you didn't see it. Llewellyn, nice to have you in, bro. Right, you are welcome, and you are here for the first Planet Leeds podcast, which I am buzzing for. It is a foundational stone on what we are building here, and what we're building here is for you, all you guys at home, ladies and men, and all of you lot in the chat already. Rysel, I can see you, bro. We'll get to it. Yeah. This is what we're doing today. As you saw, we're going to do it in chronological order. We're going to do the Villa thing, yeah, and then we're going to talk about Farker, the main man at the minute, and then we're going to talk about Man City game, which looms. Listen, I have to do a really weird thing here and point to the wrong person while I say the name. This over here is my guy Bill, all the way from Virginia, USA. This guy knows ball, yeah. He's literally in a different time zone, and he is here to talk about Leeds United with the folks, right? This guy over here, you've probably seen before, season ticket holder down at Elland Road. It is my guy Priestley. You'll have seen him on Imagine Not Being Leeds. Legend of a fella. So, boys, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. I'm just glad to be here, and a real honor to be here with talking with both you guys.
Yeah, thanks for having me on. Great.
Right, lads. So the first real topic point today is going to be Villa. I'll go off first, and then we'll go to Bill, and then we'll go to Priestley, and then we'll see what the chat's talking. For me, I watching that Villa game, right, and I saw that first half, and on Late Night Leeds, go check out Late Night Leeds if you don't watch it. I said, we are going to get the best performance out of this team since Everton at home, because, listen, pressure makes diamonds. Dog in a corner, we're going to see these guys come out fighting. And we did. And I predicted a 2-1 win to Leeds. And I was getting on my high horse thinking I was going to go back onto Late Night Leeds tomorrow and say, boys, I told you so. Can't do that. Right. But let's talk about it. Leeds got into that game and they got in the faces. And I think that's what we all needed to see, really, after a couple of lackluster kind of, are they actually putting effort in performances? And we got it. And I genuinely was quite happy with it. I thought we did look a threat. I thought we wasn't giving them any time on the ball. If you're going to press, right, you've got to take away time. You've got to take away the time on the ball, because when you press, you leave space in behind. You've got to take away one. You've got to take away that time. We did that. And I thought it was good value for that win, for the lead at half time. I genuinely did. And I was thinking to myself, nobody's expecting Daniel Farker to get anything out of Man City, Chelsea, and Liverpool. Nobody, unless you're a madman, is thinking we're going to get anything out of them. So I was thinking, if he gets something out of this, right? And I've been one of Daniel Farker's biggest critics, one of his biggest critics, by the way. I was thinking he's gonna earn himself a bit more rope here. He's gonna give himself a little bit more rope to play with, potentially to get him past those three by going. But he won against Villa. The amount of energy those guys spent in that first half, I'll say this, it's like going into a 12-round boxing fight and gassing out in the 6th round. That's what we did. We went in, we earned that 1-0 lead, and this is where Daniel Farker fumbles the bag. Goes into that second half. Unai Emery's even said at this point, after the fact, I saw that Leeds were tied at half-time. So Daniel Farker gets in, must have seen that they're tired. He's an experienced guy. Must have known they were tired, right? Because Unai Emery did. comes out, makes no subs, right? They've scored after 3 minutes, by the way. Still no subs. Right? They're on top of us. Momentum's all with Villa at this point. Still no subs. The guys are gassed, man. Super, super gassed at this point. It takes the crowd to be getting on the Gadget's back, right? For him just to ignore him and still wait to the 70th minute of the game. And this is my issue with Daniel Farker. Because for me, the team, I'm not talking about Farker at this point, the team was unlucky to get out with nothing in that game. You've got Joe Rodon, who just jumps at the wrong time. I know on the stills it looks like he didn't jump. He did jump, he just jumped too early. So he's coming down, and then the ball goes over his head. He did jump, but just at the wrong time. And then you've got, obviously, the Calvert-Lewin chance where if he goes to meet the ball of his chest, it's 2-2, and we're all coming out there going, on the balance of play, that was a good performance. I mean, that's my 2 penneth. I'll get to the chat. Bill or Priestley, take it away.
I'll go. What I was looking for in that game was effort, and that's what I saw in the first half. I saw energy. I saw them coming out and pressing a lot higher, just like you said, not giving the space. They got the 1-0 lead. I was like, hey man, I was ecstatic. Okay. And then it all kind of came unraveled. I mean, if the other coach knows that your players are gassed, you should know that as well, right? So it's always been this 70 minutes and then we sub, and I don't think it has to be that way. I'm starting to think he has a rule or something that he can't sub until 70 minutes. But, we played well. Yeah, that I thought Calvin was going to be a hero. And it just didn't happen. And then you could see that the intensity and everything from them being gassed and everything else. And I don't know if we're not having a thing where, what are we saying at halftime? What are we saying at halftime? Are we talking to these guys? I don't know. I don't know.
Is this your missus?
It is. Yes.
Hey, get in there.
Yeah. So, I'm really, I was very excited when I saw that first half and they came out and they played with energy, which is one of the things that we've been lacking the last 3 or 4 games. And we came out, we pressed high, we scored first. I mean, it's not unusual for us to score first, and it just went away after that. After the half, it seemed like it was 2 stories. It was one story, and then the sequel was not good. I mean, but yeah, that's where I'm at. I mean, I was very impressed by the way we played, and I think by the way we played, it kind of shows you that we can hang with teams, and we can play them, but we have to be more proactive in our tactics and our subs. I mean, we don't have the most talented team, but if we can show the energy and show the effort, we can play with these guys.
Priestley, what are you saying, mate? Paul Brody says here, do we have underlying fitness issue? But go on, give me your take on the game, and then, of course, obviously you were there. Also, let us know about the chance, man. When did they happen? How many people were involved? Give us the general feeling inside the stadium, bro.
Frustration. I think we started, like Bill said, we started well, and we're good value for it at half time. But it's just a case of not silly in the first 5 minutes, and then just a stupid goal to concede. And yeah, the fans getting on Fark's back for a sub. One of them even tried to get down touchline at him.
Yeah.
Which he's looking at a hefty ban. But
I've heard it wasn't even his ticket.
Yeah. It's the best way to do it when no one knows your name. But it's like when we were chanting for a sub, he called Calvert-Lewin, Nonto and James back. And then didn't put James on, which is the one sub we were all crying out for.
What were the
yeah,
can you remember them? I know there was make a sub, make a sub, make a sub, make a sub.
Yeah. I mean, when they were chanting that, I was saying that we're at 65th minute. I said, we've got another 5 minutes yet before he'll make a sub. So save your breath. Like I said, I don't know if he's just... I don't know why it's the 70th minute. It's just such a random minute. You'd think they'd be earlier if we're... Because like I said, Villa were on top at that point. And it was coming quite hard to cope with being overrun in midfield. Emery changed at half-time, made 2 subs, completely changed the system, and we paid for it.
Boys, I want to put this out there, though, because I genuinely feel like if that equaliser stood, if it didn't hit his hand and it went in the back of the net, we're all coming away saying that's progress.
Definitely.
Oh, I'd have been happy with the point.
Yeah.
We could have got it. We could have got it with Strout's header as well, which were a great save from Martinez.
The thing is, what a save, by the way. But the thing is, for me, is that it's things like that. Moments change games, right? So it does come off his hand. It does stay at 2-1 to Villa, and we go. But the thing is, you can't help but feel that Farker is shooting himself in the foot by not making these subs. We're quite so obviously knackered. And the one thing you can't do, it's not like our players are electric cars. We can't just shove them on charge for 20 minutes or 10 minutes or whatever. Like, these players are going to need actual recovery time. It's like it was only going one way. They're not going to get a second wind after a game which was that intense and that hard on the body. And it just kind of felt, why is he not taking the easy wins? Like, because if he did make those changes and he did make proactive subs and he did go for the win, nobody's going to criticise that. Nobody.
Yeah, it's a win-win. If he makes the subs that everybody wants and we win, he'll hail himself as a tactical genius. If he makes the subs we all want and we don't win, he can go, well, there you go, it's not working.
Yeah. He doesn't lose in that situation.
He can absolve himself of all blame just by making the subs. So I don't know why he doesn't do it.
Let's check out what the chat's saying, and we'll see what we think on this. Rysel, first off, who I am literally trying to get in contact with. Rysel, I hope you've got my email address. I've tried to send you. We'll switch numbers. I'm going to try to get Rysel on here because he knows ball, and we are trying to get people on here that know ball. Callum's coming on. These two are going to be regulars, right? Also, I want to say this before we get into your comments about Villa. If anybody is someone who enjoys coming on to a live discussion, we all enjoy it here. At the end of these streams, we do the 3 topics. We're going to do the 3 topics, and at the end of it, people can either go because they've listened to the 3 main topics, or stick around because we're going to have a social club, which means anybody that comes, we're going to put the link in. Anybody that comes in can just have like a round table chat, and yeah, basically the pod's finished, but it's just a group of people talking about Leeds after that point for maybe 20 minutes, 25, 30 minutes after the stream. So yeah, stick around for that if you do like talking about Leeds just with people. Of course, that's going to happen. Rysel says, we will be in the bottom 3 for a while. I feel you, Rysel. We all must get used to this. Fark has the worst percentage win rate of any manager in the Premier League. Yeah, I mean, there is that. And we always talk about Norwich. Now he got sent into a knife fight with a spoon, and he did, right? So I can't really hammer him too much for the Premier League percentage. The thing that I can look at and say this is actual worry now is that his Leeds percentage, any manager who's managed 5 games for Leeds or more, he has the lowest percentage of that group. So even below like Jesse Marsh, and a few others. So that I can point at and say that's not really good enough. Matt Leeds, I think Aronson actually had a decent game, but when he went on that run in the 60th min and lost it, he looked gassed. I think the crowd really reacted to that as well, Matt. He also chased back, helped stop it, but should have come off then. We'll talk about it, Matt. We'll have a chat about it. Priestley, what are you saying on Brendan Aronson as a whole, mate? Over the last month or so. This
isn't going to be popular, but I actually quite like him. I know he gets a lot of stick, and I say stuff about him, but I do actually like him. I like his work ethic. He's not the most talented footballer, but he works his socks off, and like you said there, with that run in the 60th minute, poor decision making. He had a player either side. He could have slipped it to, decided to go himself. But he does a lot for the team. He tracks back and is always an outlet.
Yeah, Bill.
I've been as hard on Aronson as anybody, but I can't fault, like Priestley was saying, I can't fault his work ethic. He's always working hard, and maybe 60 minutes is about his time, like Rizel was saying, maybe from him, because he's always on the ball, he's always pressing, he's always, he's doing the dirty work. So maybe 60 minutes is about all he's able to give at a decent level. Do I wish he had better ball control? Yeah, sure. Do I wish he was stronger and would stay on his feet more? Oh, definitely. But I can't fault him. He's out there. Look, the 3 games prior to that, where I didn't see any energy from a lot of the players, really bothered me. The one player that I saw energy from those 3 previous games was Aronson. And I'll get on him as much as anybody. I mean, it doesn't matter where I don't care where you're born. If you're playing for Leeds, you better be wearing that badge, and you better be hanging tough all the time.
God damn it! Come on. I'm with you, boys. Look, I think the effort is there, but for me, and it is sad to say this, I just don't think he's got Premier League quality, boys, and it is what it is. I mean, and the thing is, separate the footballer from the man. I'm sure he's a lovely kid. I'm sure he's a real lovely kid. But for me, talent should be the thing that gets you through the door, because the effort should be a non-negotiable. It should be there from everyone every day, whether it be training, whether it be a game, or whether it be a club function that you've been sent to. You got to put your best foot forward, because guess what? You're getting paid a lot of money, and you're representing a historic football club. So for me, he's just not quite at the level. And genuinely, I don't know how to put this. I'm not a fan of Fark putting a spotlight on him in press conferences, whether it be the journalists now or Fark. I don't care who's doing it. Stop it. Like, if I'm Fark, which I'm not, but if I was, I would just be like he did with the Gray talk. Just shut it down. Just shut it down. Why? Like, you're not helping the situation here. Like, yes, people are looking at him now and over analysing Brendan Aronson's performances. But guess why they're doing that? One, because he sticks out like a sore thumb, because he's not a winger, and 2, because now you're talking about it as well. What you thinking, boys? Priestley, have you talked to Aronson yet? Yeah, you have, haven't you? You said you quite like. Let's get through some more comments then. Rysel, it would be great to get an American's view on Aronson. We just had it, Rysel. So there you go. Wishes come true, bro. Look at the 40+ mil we spent on Perry, Bornout, Beal, James, Justin. And you could look at the next game and say, all on the bench, poor recruitment besides James Justin, which is good backup. Amen to that, Matt. Amen to that.
Can't argue with that.
Like, I mean, we can break it down. I'll break it down. Perry, he's on fraud watch for me. Genuinely on fraud watch. Boys, he's on fraud watch. Someone tell me why he's so much better than Darlow. Please, I want to hear it. Anybody in the chat, anybody on here, please tell me. I have seen.
He can punch the ball really far.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, people talk about that throw that we was all listening about, that throw that we was all looking at the YouTube clips. You see, this is the thing though. That's part of his game. We saw that. From all the clips that we watched. He's been told not to do that now. So I think that's an instruction. But Arsenal game, all right, fair enough. We kind of give him a pass because look, it was 5 shots on target and it was 5 goals. Not ideal, but it was Arsenal, right? But since then, to me, he looks shaky against Villa, where he takes that one in and he doesn't take it, and then it actually bobbles. Lucky enough, like Ollie Watkins isn't Johnny on the spot and stuff like that. But I just don't see this guy being right. Let me put it this way: what did Darlow cost us? 250 grand. Fair enough, it was a bargain. Does this guy look like he's worth 16 million more? Not to me.
I don't really see it, right? And one of his strong points was him throwing the ball. Okay, but he's not allowed to throw the ball, right? When he dumped that ball, thank God Pascal was there, because That was horrible. I don't see him any better than Darlow right now. And that's a problem with all the money that we spent, and then we couldn't get anybody else up top. But we spent 15 more million to get a goalkeeper that really doesn't improve us as of yet. Maybe he's bedding in the Premier League, but as of right now, I don't see him as an improvement over Darlow.
Priest, what you saying, bro?
Yeah, I mean that free kick wasn't great, was it?
No,
I've seen it back, and there is an argument that the wall didn't really do its job. We touched on Rodon earlier. Maybe he thinks the wall's going to jump, and if Rodon jumps, he probably blocks it.
he does jump. He just jumps too early.
Yeah, well, yeah, but he doesn't jump when the ball's struck.
Yeah.
And I think if he does, he probably blocks it. And yeah, he probably should have done better. But he's a new signing. I'm willing to give him the benefit of the doubt for now.
Born out, boys. Born out. Let's just talk about him. I mean, who is this guy? Like, we've seen him against Wednesday. He had the turning circle of a tractor. I want to know who scouted these players, more importantly, because that's the big issue. We can't have people in decision making or influencing our decision makers bringing this trash to the boardroom. We can't do it. We just can't afford to do that. We've already. The financial rules, I know they're changing, and I ain't got my head around them yet, but you're already at a disposition because you haven't got the previous financial years to supplement your spending. So you're already at a disadvantage. You cannot be spending £5 million on this bum. You just can't do it. I mean, to say that we sold, what did we sell Cresswell for, Priestley? 3 million?
3.6, I think it was.
3.6 million, right? And we bought this guy for more money, who isn't even a quarter of the player Cresswell is. He doesn't have the growth that Cresswell's going to have. Cresswell will sell for more than £40 million within the next 2 years. That shows you that we have not got this ship sailing in the right direction when it comes to buying and selling appropriately. And we need to get that right. Yeah, James Justin, I think is a good option, Matt, to have there, because look, he plays both sides, and if we do get an injury there, we're gonna be we're gonna be thanking our lucky stars we've got him. But let's not forget that the man in charge, when he did have a chance to play Justin, put Jack Harrison there, which was just embarrassing.
That should be a stackable offence on its own.
Absolutely, like actually embarrassing. So yeah, Matt, I hope I've got that tied up for you, brother. Anybody, Priestley and Bill, talk about Bornau, and
I don't know anything about him, to be honest.
Yeah, it's pretty hard to know it. He never plays. So we spent $5 million for
keeping the medical staff busy.
Keeping
the medical staff in a job.
Right, so this is where I'm at, bro. This is genuinely where I'm at. But let's finish off because this is about fact. Has anybody got anything else to talk about on the Villa games? Anyone got anything else they want to bring up? Any opinions? Anything that they think has not been said on
with everything?
Yeah, I think so. Just keep that effort, and maybe we finish.
Right. So Rysel does this. He's brought in this. Farke is a very good Championship manager. I think that's a great way to start this debate. Farke is a very good Championship manager. He is a piss poor Premier League manager. I want to say this because I don't know where I said it. I know I've said it somewhere. It might have been on my last video. There's an acceptance, right, that when you have a Championship squad, when you move into the Premier League, you need to upgrade that squad player-wise, because the standard between a good Championship player and a Premier League player, there's a sizable gap. I don't understand why that same understanding isn't applied to managers, because for me, when I look at the Championship now, somebody give me a manager in the Championship right now that you think could do a job in the Premier League. Can anyone give me one? That includes the chat. Give me an up-and-coming good manager in the Championship right now.
This will be controversial. Frank Lampard.
Yeah, I think that's probably but he's already had a chance at the Premier League, screwed it up, and so he's had to go earn his stripes. But I think that's probably the only one at the minute. You could argue Michael Carrick when he was there. Basically, what I'm saying is, people never talk about. We always hear these players aren't good enough. They won't do it in the Premier League. But to say it about a manager is somehow he's out of order. I think Farke is a good Championship manager. I think he's one of the best Championship managers. Premier League manager. The question is, does he have it? And the jury's out for me at the minute. What are you saying, Bill?
Well, he does get you promoted from the Championship, but there's, like you said, there's a big gap there. Okay. I am more of a Fark out guy, and I basically didn't want to see him. I didn't want to see him past summertime. I was thinking that we needed somebody else. Oh, not only because of his tactics and his subs, because in the last 2 years in the Championship, we've seen play where we've played down to teams, right? And it's happened. Even the year before last, we were trying to walk the ball in half the time. And it's almost like the players are a little tentative in what they're doing because he wants to be so risk averse. The only way that you get rewarded in the Premier League when you're a new side is to do some risky things. Yeah, you can get pulverized for it too, but you can also get pulverized by just setting back and letting them batter you. So I wasn't a really big Fark fan. I appreciated what he did to get us there, but as far as him and his tactics, and I believe Easy just talked about his stubbornness. Yeah, I mean, we're seeing the same tactics. We're seeing the same substitute pattern. We're seeing everything the same that we saw in the Championship already. I didn't think it was that great then. Now it's really being, you got a big highlighter on it right now. And it also leaks into other things too. I think, because when you have a player with flair and you have a manager that wants to play risk averse of football, do you really think that they want to come and play, or would they rather go somewhere else where they're going to be used a little bit better? Yeah, I'm kind of like not happy that he's still here right now. I think after the Forest game, he should have been let go. And like I said, even before then in the summer, he should have been left go.
Boys, yeah, I'm firmly Fark out, by the way. I ain't gonna hide behind. I ain't gonna try and be neutral on this one. I think he's had a chance to show us that he's tactically good enough and that he's flexible enough, whether it be formation, system, or players. And I don't think we've seen that. I think he's come into the league with an idea and he's sticking to that idea stubbornly to a point where I think he's now just trying to prove that he's right and other people are wrong. And that's just a thought process. I have nothing to back that up, but yeah, to have a fit Willing on for weeks now, and Aronson still starting again. I don't want to beat up on Aronson here. It's just any fan base would be bringing up that we've got 2 fit right wingers and we're not playing a right winger. Any fan base would do this. So I don't like this narrative of Leeds fans are too emotional, passionate. We're passionate and emotional. Listen, the thing is with that is Bielsa, back in the day, the guy that we all adored, he was like, football is all about emotion. Football is built on emotion. Without emotion, football is nothing. And listen, we love that guy much more than this dude. So yeah, I just think he hasn't shown it. When he brought on Jack Harrison, for me, instead of James Justin, that was when I was done. That was the moment where I went, and the penny dropped, and I went, hang on a minute, just hold the phone a minute. This guy ain't good enough. We're in real trouble if this is our manager, if this is the guy leading our team for a Premier League season in the best league in the world against the best managers in the world and the best players in the world, and we're putting Jack Harrison ahead of James Justin at left back. At that point, the penny dropped. I was like, I'm out on this. So yeah. Anybody, Priestley, give me your actual thought process on Fark, whether you want him to see him a bit longer, or you just kind of, or when you want him out, do you think he should be out now, or we should wait 4 games, give the new manager a bit more of favourable this coming into? What's your thoughts on that, mate?
Anybody that's ever watched me on Matty's channel will know I always sign off with Fark out, as sort of like a joke at the people that wanted him sacked. Now I actually believe it. in the summer, I was willing to give him a chance because I thought he deserved a shot. Having got us here, he deserved a shot to be properly backed to lead us into the Premier League. But no, I think the experiment's done. I think he changed his tactics to go to a 4-3-3, but I don't think we've got the players to really do a 4-3-3. I think if we went back to the 4-2-3-1, we'd be much more effective.
Let's go on that then, because that brings a point into my mind. Daniel Farker is much more used to and much more comfortable in a 4-2-3-1. I just think he is. I think that's his bread and butter. Yeah. That's his go-to formation. Let's bring Robbie Evans and Adam Underwood into this conversation. Was the manager now? We will never see behind the doors. We will never be a fly on the wall. We will never get any kind of footage showing us what happened in that boardroom. There wasn't a documentary made on it. I really struggle to believe that he wasn't pleading for a 10 all the way through that summer.
He was telling us in every press conference he wanted a 10. And
didn't they try to get Buendia, and Buendia said, "Nah, I'm good." You know, I mean,
when it comes down to it, he's crying out for a 10, and the only two we could give him were Buendia or Hamer.
Yeah.
Yeah, boy.
I know there's always going to be a struggle to.
How much is Farker to blame? I'm trying to argue both sides of the argument here. I'm trying to play devil's advocate. Did he get given the tools to do the job? Taking out aside his in-game management, which I think we can all see now clearly is just not at a level. But was he given what he needed to be successful as this man, as a manager? Because you know, and I know, and everyone watching this will know, when he gets out of here and he gets a microphone put in front of him in the future, because he will get a job fairly quickly, he will be the first one to say, "I asked for X, Y, and Z. I wasn't given it. That's why I failed." So just preempting that, how much of an excuse do you give him?
I think the 49ers have admitted that he wasn't fully backed. I still think we could have done with a couple of attacking options. But this is a problem with promoting from within. They promoted two guys into positions they'd never done before, ahead of the biggest transfer window in our history, pretty much.
Can I put this forward as well? Bill, I'll get your opinion on this. Is it an illustration of where we are as a club, in the boardroom and in the office and all this stuff, that we're putting in a deal sheet on deadline day with no agreement with Fulham for Harry Wilson? And I'm pretty sure they told us it wasn't going to happen at that point, and we're still putting a deal sheet in. I'm guessing for the PR to let the Leeds fans know we are trying, we are doing something, thinking that Fulham wouldn't then come out and say, "Hang on a minute, we've already told them it's not happening." You know, does that show a little bit of contempt for the fans and the level of intelligence when they try to pull the wool over our eyes on deadline day, because everyone's losing the shit because we was told that we're going to get 2 players and we ended up with none?
Well, you know, I'm not happy with the 49ers right now, you know, and I'm embarrassed as an American that this American conglomerate can't at least hire people, okay, that know what they're doing. Because like Priestley was saying, when you hire from within, I don't know. I'd have looked at some people from Brighton, you know, they're very astute and they find talent, you know, and then they get talent for cheap. And if they need to sell them on, they sell them on for $30 or $40 million pounds, you know. And the thing is this, the 49ers aren't like this over here. So why are they, and I chatted with you last night. They're so indecisive right now that it's really taking me off, and it's embarrassing because they are usually pretty much cutthroat, but for some odd reason, they're not that way over there. And it's really bugging me because this is our club, and this is very important, and you're screwing it up because you're not hiring the right people. if you don't know what you're doing, Parag, admit that. Okay, I think we're all pretty much willing to say, if you don't know what you're doing, admit it, but get somebody that does. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
Bill, sorry, I just want to talk to the people because we talk a lot, but the power of the brand over in America is a big thing. So anybody that thinks that just because it's 49ers and this is 49ers Enterprises, when the 49ers allow 49ers Enterprises to carry that brand and that name, that's because they're confident and they're on board with the situation. Otherwise, there would have been litigation gone in straight away saying you are not carrying that 49ers brand if you're going to play, if you're going to fumble the bag like this. That's right, isn't it, Bill?
yeah, very much so. They protect their brand. Believe me. You know, it really bothers me that, you know, with Fark too. Like, we had players that were that had flair. We had Ramazan, and now he's gone. Right. So like, we're all begging for, and he's begging for attacking players, but yet probably two of our best four attacking players sat on the bench for the last two weeks with Nanto and with James. So we wanted attacking players, but then we don't play the ones that we actually have. So I mean, I don't understand. There's so many things wrong right now, from the board to the manager, and even some of the players not I mean, not even tracking back sometimes. We need to reset everything. We need to have a coach that'll come in and kick the crap out of some of these guys and just say, look, this is the way we're going to play. If you're not wanting to play that way, I'm going to get him to play that way. There's no position that's safe for me right now, I don't think. If a new manager comes in, I want him to have a complete clean slate, and I want him to look at every single player and just say, okay, you guys are all playing for your jobs right now, and that's it.
Priestley, give me a quick overview of the 49ers and their ability. Well, tell me what you think of their performance over this summer going into this season.
I mean, they could have done better. I think that we all, as fans, we all knew what we needed in the summer, and I get it. It'll be difficult because of the performance of the previously promoted teams over the last 2 seasons. 3 up, all 3 straight back down, 2 seasons in a row. It's always going to be difficult to attract like high level players, like Pai Zhao, for instance. I appreciate that they were attempting to sign him, but I don't think we were ever really going to get him. And I think that was more PR than actual hope. But the Harry Wilson one, I don't think what you said is strictly true, because I believe Fulham were gave us the idea that a deal was possible.
I think they told us though when we was putting out that we had a deal sheet out that it was already off, because if you remember, we had
before the weekend. But before the weekend, we actually agreed a fee.
Yeah.
And then over the weekend, they changed it, wanted a higher fee, which we also said we'd pay. And then they just decided, they said, okay, let us get a couple of wingers in to replace him. Got the wingers in, and then just decided not to sell him.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is on the deadline day.
Oh yeah. We should have put the deal sheet in for a player that was never going to join.
Well, they'd already told us that I wasn't going to join. We were putting a deal sheet in when we'd already cancelled the chuffing plane.
Yeah.
What's so frustrating is we can't even get one deal done in a day, let alone 2 or 3 in a week. I mean, the whole thing is just jacked. I mean, I just don't understand why a professionally run organization doesn't have people in place that are able to do 2 and 3 deals at a time. You know, if you can't sign one player and they're telling you you're not getting them, then you got to be able to pivot to the next player that you want to get. And they're not doing that. I mean, look, it took forever. We had a flurry of signings at the beginning of the window, and then it was weeks before we saw anything else happen. And it's like, I'm looking on my phone all day. I'm like, come on, there's got to be something happening here, and nothing was happening. So it's definitely a problem with the recruitment, and it's definitely a problem coming from upstairs. And
I think it's
I
also
feel
an
for
issue.
Clark.
I think it's also an issue of giving people certain amount of expectation and then not delivering on it. Because there's only so many times you can do that until you get called the boy who cried wolf. Because Parag was on national TV on Sky Sports saying all the business gets done at the end of the window. All the real business gets done at the end of the window, and we will be there. We will be open. We will be ready for opportunities. All that. I'm yet to see it, bro. I'm yet to see it. I think sometimes. And I don't like this, by the way. I don't like people just telling me what I want to hear. If the truth is that we're struggling because we've got new people in at board level that are inexperienced, but we believe in for the project long term, then tell me that. Tell me that we've got Adam Underwood, who's essentially learning on the job. We're going to try our best. It might not happen, but we believe in him for the future. Tell me that. I'd rather hear that, unless he did mean it. Unless the only way it could be is that he's getting given bad advice on what to do, and he's being told these things, and he's being told that we're going to do a lot on the final day, and he's also pissed off. But at that point, it's on him to make sure that this doesn't repeat itself, because he's the guy at the top and he has the power to change.
You know, it's like, don't piss down my leg and tell me it's raining, man. I mean, you know, I mean, just if you don't know what you're doing, let me know, man. I'm okay with that, dude. You're new to this, that's fine. But get somebody that does know, and don't try to like BS me, because it's very open over there. You can see everything, like everything over here, and how they do deals over here is behind closed doors. Like, you won't know what's going on until a player is signed.
Yeah.
It's different, you know?
Yeah,
just let people know, boys.
The transfer windows.
Yeah, just let people know. If you've asked a question or you put in a really good comment and whatever else, I am starring them, because I can't get through them, but we will go to them at the end. Mr. Wilco Whites. That got tactically outdone by Sean Dyche. I've got a couple in from Easy Teasy and Rysel, by the way, just so you know, like, I do appreciate the well thought out comments, and we'll get to them towards the end. That got tactically outdone by Sean Dyche. That was enough for me. And it's facts, bro. It is facts. If we do manage to get anything from the next 3 games, it will just cover over the cracks. That is Fark's bad decision making. What can you argue? I mean, there's nothing in there that I can argue.
Can't argue with anything. That's fact.
Yeah. So, boys, listen. We've kind of we've done the Villa thing. We've done the Fark thing. On the Fark, let's leave the Fark thing to a side now. But I do just want to say, all this stuff is nothing against the man. Although I do find him annoying sometimes, and I do find that sometimes he's preaching to an audience that really doesn't want to be preached to. We know this club. We've been here for a long time. So that can be annoying sometimes, but it's nothing against the man. It's just genuinely looking out for the betterment of the club, saying, I just don't think this guy has the toolbox, and we need somebody with the toolbox, and we need him in quick. We need that kind of 24-hour call out. It's going to cost me 80 quid. I still don't care. Get the guy here kind of movement on this manager thing for me. Let's see if there's anything else in the chat towards the manager. And then we'll move on to the Man City game. We'll go through these quite quick.
I'll be back in 1 minute.
Yeah, all right. What was wrong with the 4-2-3-1? Surely there is enough defensive stability there. I believe that, mate. I just don't think he thinks he's got a 10 that he can play in the Premier League. I think he could try and play Tanaka there. I think he could play a 4-4-1-1 for the first time. But yeah. We'll do this on another show, but we will run through a load of formations on screen, and we'll do this because I think it'll be quite fun. Paul Smith, every manager knows he will play a 4-3-3. Also fact, which is a problem, Bill, because if you know he's going to do it, guess who else knows?
Yeah, they also know that his subs are going to come in about 70 minutes.
Yeah.
So if they want to change the game before then, they have what 25 minutes to do it. You know,
Bill, honestly, it's like it is genuinely like watching a football movie, and watching it over and over. It's like
You know what's going to happen.
It's like giving Universal Studios, Warner Brothers, MGM, and fucking one other the same script, right, and saying make a movie about it. Yeah, they're all a little bit different. Everyone's got their own take on it, but every single game that we're watching is the same script. It's the same script, and it's
Don't
like
you wish you would? Don't you wish you would lose the plot every once in a while? I mean, he needs to lose the plot. I mean, he hangs with that plot really, really well, and I wish he would lose it sometimes.
yeah, man.
You know, just
Honestly, because you think Antonio Iraola isn't gonna literally make a fucking game plan around that formation. If you think any manager, even down to the worst managers, we saw Sean Dyche do it, isn't gonna come up with a tactical plan to defeat a 4-3-3 that we know if they score, they're gonna drop back, you know. And in the second half, they're gonna try and soak up pressure and they're gonna make substitutes on 70 minutes. If you don't think that these managers are gonna literally tailor a game plan around it, they're gonna tailor a game plan around it, then I don't know what we're doing. Matt
it
says,
happened. It happened just last week because Emery did. He knew that they were gassed. He sent 2 players in with fresh legs, and what happened? You know,
yeah,
I mean,
Matt says
it's just
it feels like he's asked for a 10 since he arrived. Matt, I'm with you on that, bro. I am with you on that. The thing is for me, Matt, is if he had that 10, right? I'll give you if I give you a 10 right now, Facundo Buonanotte. Matt, tell me if he has Facundo Buonanotte and he plays a 4-2-3-1, where do you think the difference is on the results that we've had? Do you think it's a? And I'm not trying to, I'm not trying to put a narrative on this. Just tell me because I think we might be a couple of points better off. Maybe we're not in the relegation zone. I don't think it's a transformational thing, and I still think even with a 10. He's still gonna. The only difference is the formation, right? But it'll be a 4-2-3-1 every game, and it'll still be subs at the same time every game. I don't think it solves those issues. But yeah, let me know, man. I'd be interested to know what you think where we'd be kind of be sitting if he had that 10. Easy teasy. 4-2-3-1 works if you've got the technical ability to play it out from the back. We don't. Hence why 3-5-2, 5-3-2 suits the current team signings. Yeah. Boys, look, they obviously built this team to be physical, so we can beat teams with strength, tall, so we don't get beaten in the aerial battles. And they've also looked for good level of fitness. Do you think they've left out the technical ability bit? Because the reason why I ask that is you can have all these metrics. Good footballers make football look easy.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, the technical ability isn't there, but we're also not playing to our strengths of being big. You know, why don't we go 3-5-2? I mean, that helps. It helps with our size and everything else. I mean, it's just, and I think Sean is right. I think Tanaka could play 10 because he's the one midfielder that we have that wants to play the ball forward all the time. I mean, he's a great pivot guy. That guy pivots. I mean, we'll be lucky to keep him after this. And maybe Fark knows this, but we'll be lucky to keep him after this year because people are going to see what he can do and how well he pivots. And he's really good on the ball. And I can see teams wanting to come in and get him. I mean, I don't think he goes, if we get relegated, he's certainly not going to go back to the championship with us because he's better than that.
No, it is. It is one of those. I was looking at the team the other day it wasn't last season, it was season before, man. And genuinely, I don't even, listen, I'm close to saying that team was loads better than what we've got now. If I know Melier at the time, but he wasn't struggling as bad at the time, but you've got Rutter, Somerville, Nonto, Pirro as your front four, man. I'd have that now. I'm telling you right now, I'd have that today.
Oh, yeah.
Right, boys, we are getting close to 15 minutes. We've got 10 minutes till the hour, so we're going to have to talk about City. And then on the hour, when this has been going an hour, at 11 o'clock, the link's going to go in. I'd love for some of you guys just to jump in. The kind of the content for the 3 topics is kind of finished, but we'll just have a chat and chill out for 20 minutes, and then we'll all do our own thing. Right. So, Man City, boys, what a game to have, to be having to travel to the Etihad under these circumstances with these new injuries that we learned about today.
Yeah.
And after they've rested players in the Champions League, it feels like we're just walking to our slaughter in a sense. Do you agree?
Yeah, well, I'm glad all the hard games are out of the way now. It's not like we've got 3 of the big 6 coming up.
It's
One
bad,
after
isn't it?
the other.
Yeah.
Although having said that, we'll probably beat Liverpool the way they've been playing.
Yeah, I mean Liverpool are shocking at the minute, but Bill, what are you thinking, mate? What's the overriding emotion? I mean, is everybody going to be watching this game through the fingers? Because I kind of feel like that's what I'm going to be doing. I'm good, and listen, I aren't going into this game with any expectation. I am not coming away from that game and being pissed off all day because we lost that game. I'm kind of going into it, protecting myself, going, we're fucked.
It's the worst time to play them too. They're coming off 2 losses. I mean, they're going to really they're going to be at home. They're going to want to it's the worst time to play them because Guardiola is going to have them jumping out of the freaking locker room to get to the field. I mean, it's the worst time to play them. Then Longstaff's not going to be playing. Okay, so you're going to have Gruev come in. So Gruev and Tanaka and Ampadu are going to have to be our midfield, I would imagine.
You'd imagine so.
And although I like Tanaka being in there, Ampadu hasn't exactly shown that he's actually tracking back anybody yet. So, yeah, they can't switch it off in this game or they'll get smoked.
Boys, hold the phone. Stephen Robinson's telling us we've only got 27 likes on the video. Come on, people. Help a brother out. We're new here. So, like, more than anybody, we need a little bit of help, So if you can, everyone here would be very appreciative. Not forcing you to. If you don't want to, don't. But if you would, that'd be lovely. Carry on, Bill.
So I'm looking at that game with apprehension more than anything else. I mean, I'm just like, I'm gonna watch it, of course. I'll be at work, but I always have it on, and it might be. You know what? The only thing that I can take solace in is that I won't have to go in the bathroom and cuss because something stupid happened that I didn't expect. So I won't get fired this weekend. That's good.
It's always a positive.
But otherwise, yeah, it's always positive. But otherwise, I'm kind of looking at that game like you. I'm looking at it with my hand over my face because I just don't see how we can go and capitalize on that, especially with the injuries that we have. And I mean, these players, they all know what's going on. They definitely know. I mean, everybody knows what's going on right now. I hope that they're playing for their job because, like I said before, if a new coach comes in, it doesn't matter if Fark likes you, that's all gone. So you need to be playing. They need to play their hearts out. If we can see the same energy that we saw, and he actually gets players off that are gassed, we could put up a fight. If we sit back and allow them to come in and just batter us, Holland's going to have a hat trick, man. I mean, I'm just, you know what? My best case scenario is 1-1. My worst case scenario is they ring 4 up on us.
I take a 0-0. Obviously, anybody would. That kind of goes without saying. But I think if we could get a win, any kind of win out of this game, it'd be that back 4 or that back 5, which it should be a back 5. Please, Daniel. If we manage to keep a clean sheet, that's a huge confidence boost for this team. And we'll take them from anywhere at the minute.
It's going to be interesting because we've only got 3 fit midfielders for a 4-3-3. So who knows? Maybe it does change up tomorrow. I can't see it, but it's nice to believe.
You think he's going to play a 4-3-3 against Man City?
Yeah.
He can't, mate. He can't.
He can, and he probably will.
He can't do it, Priestley.
I agree. He shouldn't, but he probably will. And
He can't.
also, Bill said there's never been a worse time to play City. I can't think of a good time to play City, to be honest.
Yeah, I can. 1992.
1992. I don't know. I think they even beat us that season.
Sean Gota, those days.
Feed the goat and he will score.
Yeah.
Also, Bill said he'll be able to watch it. That's daft. I definitely won't be finding a dodgy stream on my phone to watch it.
Visual audio, visual
Yeah.
radio, even.
Yeah.
Right, boys, let's get into some score predictions. I have put the link in the stream, people. I don't know how to pin it because I'm not new to this. I'm such a rookie at this, such a major rookie. But if you do find the link, do come in and say hello. It'd be lovely to get a few people in for the last 10 minutes. Right, Sean's in, which is big news. Sean Healy, he's one of the most illustrious people in Leeds.
Have you got the subtitles ready?
Everybody knows Sean Healy. Right, here we go. All right, boys. I think he means all right. I can see Farker given till after Liverpool because no manager will want to have City, Chelsea, and Liverpool as their first 3 games, and no one is experienced enough at the club to be a caretaker. I think that is a fairly decent point because I have no in the board currently to be able to do that. I think Sean pretty much does have a point. But I think by the time that happens, if we get through City, Chelsea, and Liverpool, and we've been hammered in every single one of them,
yeah,
I think if we get absolutely battered this weekend, he's gone on Monday morning.
Yeah, because it comes untenable, right?
Yeah. You can.
And not just for us, but for him too. Because I mean, I don't want. Look, the guy got us to the Premier League. I don't want it to become toxic for him, but it's going to get toxic.
Yeah.
If they don't do something, and I'd rather him go. I mean, he's going to get sacked at some point, and I'd hope it would be as positive as possible. Look, man, thanks for what you did. Thanks for getting us here, but hey, look, we're going to go in a different direction.
Yeah,
nothing on you, man. Just
Hey, boys, we've got someone in. Right, I'm gonna have to put this on too. Listen, this is how much of a rookie I am. I'm talking the people through it at home as I do it. We've got 2 people in. This is going off, boys. Now, right? Let me find dynamic. I think it's that one, and then add Mr. Matt Leeds. Welcome to the show, mate. And Mr. Sean Ely. What are we saying, lads?
Hey, all right, lads.
Right, Matt, you've been here pretty much all stream, I think, mate, which I really appreciate. So let's get your in-person opinion on all 3 subjects. We've got the Villa game. What did you think of it? 2, Andrew Farker, where do you stand? And 3, what's your thoughts on the City game, pal?
Well, the Villa game, I thought the first half, I thought we were very good. I thought we were actually very good in the first half. We went 1-0 up. Good goal, to be honest. Credit to Stack for putting his body on the line. But now he's out, so that's another midfielder out. But yeah, we got the goal. We went 1-0 up. We looked good. And it just, I don't know what happened. Like, we came out in the second half. Apparently, I can't remember who said this. It was some other channel that said apparently Daniel Fark wasn't actually out at the start of the second half. Like, he wasn't out for the first minute. So he basically didn't even know that they made subs. So I don't know what was happening. Don't know what was happening with that. And then, I mean, the first goal they score is, I look back at it multiple times, and when I look at both of them, there's 2 things you got to look at. You got to look at Ampadu again, because I feel like he's with Malin, and then he kind of drifts away into the box. Like, he probably should have followed him. But then you look at Okafor, who's lazy and doesn't track back. So you got to look at both of those. And
do you know what?
I mean, that's why.
Matt, I've got to tell you this. Okafor in that game, genuinely, I think he went missing in parts. Genuinely think
that was his weakest game, I think, so far. That was just not good.
Yeah.
Because Okafor doesn't track back because he's an attacking winger. But you can be an attacking winger and still track back and help defensively. It's almost like people think you can't do both. People think you can't do both.
Right, Sean, give me your opinion on the Villa game, please, mate.
I thought first half he played all right. Played very well. Played very well, actually. Everything was going coasting we were. Absolutely coasting. Really getting stuck into tackles. Throwing our bodies at stuff. Got a great goal. And then second half, I've seen it multiple times this season already. We've seen it at West Ham. Seen it against seen it against West Ham. Seen it again against Villa. And I think it was who else? I think it was somebody else as well. Definitely a third one that we did it against. That we started off and then the second half we just sat back. You can't keep doing that against Premier League teams.
I can't afford it, mate.
You just can't. And as for the thing about Fark not being out before the goal was scored, that's down to the coaches. One of the coaches to say to him, by the way, they've made changes. Do you want to make a change?
Yeah. Right, boys. Quickly, Matt, and then back to Sean. Give me. Cause I know, Matt. I have been. Oh, what's that?
Darth Vader.
Basically, Matt, I've seen on a few streams. I'm not sure what's going on there.
What was that?
Yeah, Matt, you are quite a staunch Fark defender in some aspects.
Yeah, I just don't. The main thing for me at the moment is I don't trust the 49ers to get it right. What is
that?
What?
Fucking hell.
Boys, you're freaking me out at this point.
I am your father.
I don't know what's going on. But yeah, carry on, Matt.
I don't trust the 49ers to do it. You know, you look at what happened at Rangers and everything that's gone on there. I mean, putting Underwood in charge of the signings in the first place, that's another massive mistake. Like, I don't trust them. With Clark, I like what we're doing with, like, when we're playing those games, especially, like, you look at the Villa game that just happened. I thought we looked very good. Like, he has the system right. Like, we look good in the system. The one thing that I've always said is wrong with Fark is the substitutions and being proactive. Yeah. I've always said that. But when we play the game, because when we start, we look very good. We're always solid. We normally win the midfield battle because I think that midfield three helps with that. And I think we're set up very well. It's just his proactiveness with the subs, which I feel is the problem. And so, I mean, it's always been the problem. I mean, you don't have, like, when you go into a league where you're, like, got one of the worst teams compared to last season, the season before, when you have, like, the best players, you need to change and adapt. And I don't think Fark's done that. So it is like, at the moment, I think he should be given the Chelsea-Liverpool game. And then for me, if he doesn't get 3 points in one of them, I think it's over. Even if he does, I'll still be a bit like, but he should get the chance of the next couple to see how we go, or at least the next, like, two after that. I think I don't even know who we got, but it's not easy, I don't think, either. I think we got Palace soon, don't we? Something like that.
Yeah.
Brentford, Palace,
Brentford and Palace.
Boys, I've figured it out. I've got to the bottom of it. Because I get to see, like, a volume bar. It was Bill. Bill, I don't know what's going on, bro. That noise was coming from you. I've muted you a sec. I don't know if it was your vape or something like that. I've unmuted it now. Right. Get ready for some absolute Fark abuse. Sean Ely, take the stage. And I know you want to give this guy some abuse, but look, try and do it in a non just try and keep it within the realms of acceptability, mate. All right.
All right. Fucking. I think I'm like Matt. I think it'd be given to Liverpool. Because I genuinely don't see who's gonna want to come in till then. I think they'll be looking at managers now. Well, let's hope so. After the 49 said after they had 6 months to get a decent project together, and they messed that up. But you'd imagine they've got a plan in place. They're making a plan in place till after Liverpool. They think they're looking at managers or whatever, and we'll see how they get in.
Yeah, that's so true, Scoopy.
You know who it's gonna be. You know who it's gonna be, right?
No, it was Bill. It was Bill.
No. The next manager.
Oh, go on.
It's gonna be Rodgers, isn't it?
Oh,
It's looking like it. It's looking like it. I wouldn't mind him. I wouldn't
Well,
mind him.
like he does throw players under the bus and stuff, so that does
Priestley,
happen when he's
who do you want?
managing.
What do you think of Rogers, Priestley?
Not that great, to be honest.
No, I'm not there.
I mean, I could win title in Scotland.
But have you?
No.
Right, we'll see if Bill's stopped making his coffee shop noises.
I don't know. There's nothing here to make the noise. I don't know. Maybe it's just my phone, but
I think you need an exorcist, Bill.
Maybe.
Listen, Bill's been absolutely classed. Bill, lead the conversation. Lead the conversation with the boys for 2 minutes while I have a drink and chill out for a minute.
So, Sean, you've been a Fark out guy for a long time, man.
Since the day I was born.
Yeah, well, since the day I've known you, right? I mean, what is your 3 things that you want to? The reason why you want to get rid of him?
The subs, the tactics, the lies he's been making, saying that it's blaming everybody else but himself. The big issue.
So it's accountability.
Accountability. He stops players from expressing themselves like Rutter, who was told stop doing your tricks and stuff like that and whatever, because you're embarrassing the other team and all. Fuck that. We're there to win a game of football. You know what I mean? Let him be him. And he used to destroy teams in championship. He's destroying teams in championship. Like that. He's destroyed teams. He used to run rings around them. And then he was told by him. He was told by Fark, "Oh, you can't do that. You can't do this. You can't do that." Let him express himself. Football's about expressing themselves.
So you think he handcuffs the players? Then is what you're saying?
Yeah, 100%.
Okay. Matt, what do you think? What do you think about that, man?
I understand that. I think a lot of managers modern now are really they don't like. That's why we don't have many flair players anymore, because they all want to play their system, and it's all systematic and where they play, and there's not really you don't get those the players that you used to get. They used to be free flowing players that used to be amazing to watch, because most of football now it's all about the system. It's very robotic, really, the players now, which is.
But you still have to have the great players still need to be able to express themselves on the field, because they're the ones that make the plays.
Yeah.
No matter how much the manager can affect the game, the people that truly affect the game are the players. So
I mean, you look at the team. You look at the team right now. Do we have really any flair players? You'd probably say Okafor at the most right now, really.
But all the players been knocked out of him. All the players been knocked out of him.
Yeah.
Boys, listen, we've got Man City coming up this weekend. I think everyone's genuinely, boys. I think it's going to give us a migraine all watching it. You know what? Fair play.
Yes, right. We have pissed by half time. We will.
Yeah.
I'll be pissed before game starts, Sean. I'm working till 12, and I'm straight on beers when I get home.
Yeah, man.
Fair play to anybody that's going away, by the way. 2 things I want to say before I get predictions from the boys and then final thoughts is one thing. Rest in peace, Gary Speed, 14 years today.
Yeah.
Legend, right. So if anybody is having a bit of wine or beer out there, let's raise a glass. I'll raise my Coke to that guy. And also condolences to Chris O'Connor on the Inside Ellen Road podcast, who sadly lost his grandfather today, who was an influence in his life. He kindly shared that story on that podcast. So thoughts go out to Chris O'Connor, top guy. Predictions. Let's go. Bill, Priestley, Sean, and Matt. And then we'll have final.
I'm going to go 2-0, and I hate to say it, but I just can't see a way that we're going to beat Man City, man. And I wish I was wrong, and I hope I'm wrong. But
It's going to be a win.
Priestley.
I mean, let me just preface this by saying, who really cares? Because we're going to get battered.
literally.
4-0 City.
4-0 City. Healy, let's go, man.
5-0 City with a Haaland hat trick.
You know what the depressing thing is? I think you're probably closest to correct scoreline so far, really. Matt, let's do it, bro.
Go on, Matty.
What was the last one? What, 7-0? That was the last one. Oh god, but that team was probably worse than our team right now that went out there. So I mean, my head says like 4 or 5. My heart says 1-0 scrappy goal in the 90th minute from a corner by someone. Just
for us.
Yeah. Oh, you know, we survived so long. They whip a cross in and Goodmanson heads in his own net again.
Yeah.
Public service announcement to anybody who genuinely just loves football. Go and check out the Steve Bracknell game is gone.
Yeah.
Listen, after Leeds get an absolute flogging on the weekend, this guy's podcast is the funniest thing on the internet right now. I promise you that. Right. Steve Robbo says 5-0 or worse. Can't really disagree with that. And Clem says, if the devil cast his net, only joking, 3-1 City. Right. I am going to say Top Banana in the house. Big up Top Banana. Big supporter of the whole Leeds United YouTube scene. You've got to love that guy. Big up the Top Banana. All bananas, aren't we? Right. I am going 5-0 City. 5-0 City. Fancy this, right? First ever Planet Leeds pod, and not one person even dared to forecast a draw. Boys, literally.
None of us have even predicted us to score.
Actually, yeah.
Nobody's predicted us to score.
Let's cut that now.
It's bleak out there, folks.
Does
anybody want to offer any final thoughts, and then we're off skis? We're out.
No, it's been a good chat, Bastus. It's been very good. It's been very good live.
Yeah, I've enjoyed it.
The social club,
yeah.
Matt.
Sorry about my phone, guys.
Social club, man. Thanks for coming on. This one's been a success. I only planned 20 minutes for this one, but the social club's been good. As long as it's good, we'll extend it, and like a major feature. But I love it that you twos have come on. Quality.
Always, Bastus. Always.
Final thoughts, Bill.
I just hope that we play to our ability, and we play with energy, and that's all I can ask for in a game like this. Final thought, Priestley.
Yes, I mean, we all know we're on a hiding to nothing. We're going to get battered, but at least
final thought, Ely.
We are fucked.
Final thought, Matt Leeds, all the way from Australia. Big up, Matt Leeds. Final thought.
Park the bus.
Final thought from me, boys, and then we're out. Final thought from Boss Nass is taxi for Farker. We'll catch you on the next one. I'm going to say thank you. Thank you for everyone that's involved. Thank you for everyone that's showing up each time and supporting the channel. This is Planet Leeds. We're here for you. All right, people. We will see you all on the next one. Peace.